What's up, guys? It's Coach Beer. We are going to go over a question that I get a lot, which is, hey, I don't have access to a gym, I don't have any weights, I don't have any plates. What can I do? Can I still even get strong end results with body weight? And the answer to that is yes. You don't need any equipment. You need zero equipment, you don't need a gym, you don't need anything to make your body look and feel the way that you want. And you can get really strong with just your body weight. So today I'm gonna go over two of my favorite exercises that you can make people kind of just like don't give them the appreciation that they deserve. And so we'll go over both of these. The first one is the push-up. And so what a good push-up should look like, first of all, is this. So now, there's a couple big things that I want you to think about when it comes to the push-up. First and foremost, this should be done with as much control as possible. If things are looking wobbly and like your elbows are flaring out like this, and you're shrugging up like this and rolling forward like this, that is not good. All right, so whenever you do this, you want to make it as smooth, as controlled as possible, okay? So if that means I have to put my knees down, that's fine, but I'm still going to go as controlled as possible, okay? So I know a lot of people get fired up, they want to do all these push-ups and whatnot, and then they go faster than what they should be going. So you never add speed before the form is correct. You never add weight before the form is correct. I know I'm repeating this, but I can't emphasize this enough. Proper form and control of the movement is the key. That is how you build strength. So I don't care even if you have to use this much. So this is another option, right? Where you use a raised object, but I want the same control. If I can't use this much control, I gotta make it even easier than this. The simplest variation of the push-up is against a wall. Obviously don't slam your head into the wall, but I need this much control, all right? And as a matter of fact, a good way to test out where you are or which one you should choose is you should be able to, and you should have a pause at every push-up at the bottom position. So then you will know, hey, this is the right one. If I can't pause here without doing this kind of stuff, it's not the right push-up. So none of this stuff should change shape when I'm doing this. And what does that mean? So changing shape would mean I'm here. This is not changing shape because my shoulders are still back and down. My elbows are still relatively close to my body. This is changing shape because my form has changed, right? My elbows flared out, my shoulders shrugged up and rolled forward. That's number one. So a couple of things about, let's just go over a few things with where your shoulders and elbows should be for the push-up. Number one, I never want my shoulders shrugging or rolling. That's not good, all right? Number two, I never want my elbows flaring out. Both of these things put a lot of stress on the front of the shoulder, and people will also notice that it doesn't feel too good all in here, okay? So what I need to do is keep my shoulders away from my ears at all times. That is a simple way to remember. Shoulders away from ears. Not good? Good. Number two is I want my elbows relatively close to my body, okay? And the thing that I want to think about with that is I want to pull my elbow towards my hips, okay? So if I'm here, I want to pull my elbow towards my hips, not out to the side. So easy way to remember this for your push-up is shoulders away from ears, elbows towards hips, all right? And the last little piece that really helps with this is thinking about squeezing your butt as hard as possible and squeezing your legs. The push-up is not just an upper body movement. Everything has to work together. So, and this is a concept that we go over a lot. It's called integrating everything together. And you don't want your upper body and your lower body to be connected by a noodle body. If you have a noodle for this part of your body, it's not going to be good. Noodles are delicious, but they're not very good for building strong and healthy bodies. So no noodle bodies, all right? So how do you avoid being a noodle body? You need to squeeze your glutes, squeeze your quads as hard as possible. That's the simplest way to do that, okay? So that's the push-up. You can use any one. Do not try to go for the full push-up because you think that that's the most badass or whatever. The most badass is the one that you can control with a pause at the bottom every single rep. That's badass. It's badass to be able to put yourself in the right progression versus trying to go for the hardest one. That's not badass at all. That is ego lifting. Like, we don't do that. If you want results, you need to pick the right thing for you, right? That's what's most badass. And do not be afraid. Like, this is not a lesser exercise. This is a exercise, and maybe this is the right one for me today. All right. You know what? Let us come back to the air squats because I feel like that was a lot of information. The next thing that we will go over for the next training Tuesdays is going to be the airborne lunge / split squat, and it's going to look something like this. Shazam! All right.